Hello everyone, this is Fox 12 Now. I'm Greg Nibbler. Thank you very much for joining us. We are live streaming here out of the Fox 12 Oregon newsroom as we do every weekday. And today, for this segment, we are talking about the Grand Prix of Portland coming up here this weekend. Well, depending on when you're watching it. Maybe it already happened, whether you're watching live on the Fox 12 Oregon app or afterward. Either way, thanks for doing so. For this segment, though, we are talking to the 2024 Grand Prix of Portland IndyCar champion, Will Power. He came here in studio just to talk a little bit about his career, and actually this interview begins with us discussing just how they go about practicing. This wasn't even supposed to be part of the interview, but I wanted to keep it in there anyway, of just the different virtual systems that they have to really practice. And then we roll into the interview itself. So here we go, Will Power on Fox 12 Now. But you can do you preview the course on?
We do a simulator back in Charlotte. Yeah, like you're right there. Like a big room, bigger than this, just big screen all the way around, an actual tub chassis sitting.
So it's like fully immersive.
Fully immersive, sitting in your car, yeah.
And does it feel the same?
Well, you don't have G-force.
Okay.
But yes, very close.
Yeah.
Very close. You can actually race online now, and it's very close.
Wow.
With VR. It's insane. It's called iRacing, yeah. It's pretty nice.
But you can get to use that whole setup.
Yeah, I got it at home. I got one at home.
Wow. Really? With the full immersive?
Well, I use VR.
Yeah.
So you got it. It's everywhere.
Wow.
But the one that's like $10 million sim is down in team big.
Oh yeah, for the team one.
Chevy Tech Center. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, I guess we're going anyway. Hello.
Yeah.
Hey, Will. Really good to have you in here.
Oh, great. Thanks for having me.
So, I've got a lot of things that I want to talk to you about here just with this race coming up. But something that's always fascinating to me, because you've had obviously so much success at this and something that you clearly love. You wouldn't be doing this if you didn't. So how did you find this sport? How did you fall in love with this sport?
My father raced open wheel cars, so similar to Indy cars, but smaller back in Australia, and he put us in go-karts. Like I have 3 brothers. We all raced go-karts, age 6. That's where it started. So
wow.
Karting's a huge sport. Like everyone you see in Formula One, in IndyCar, they all race karts as a kid and through teenage years. So that's where it started for me, and then I just progressed through the ranks and somehow ended up here, which to me just blows my mind that I got to this point. And I've been doing it for 20 years. And
yeah,
it was 20 years ago that I actually had my first test in an IndyCar here in Portland.
Wow.
That was the first time I'd ever been in the States. So it's been a great journey.
That's crazy. So 20 years ago here in Portland. That was your first place to come in the U.S.?
Yeah, I think I can't even remember how I got here, if I landed somewhere and then flew here. But yeah, I think I went to Indianapolis, fitted a seat or something at the team, and then we flew out here. I had no idea where Portland was. There was another Portland on the East Coast, and I was like, asking, which one is it? Which one do I go to? But this was the first track I ever drove in the States.
That's wild. So how does it feel then, coming back here 20 years later, with all the success that you've had as well, including winning here, defending this. So what's that like?
Yeah, it's cool. I still love it. I still feel like I'm in my 20s. I'm in my 40s, but I feel like I'm in my 20s, racing kids that are in their early 20s. So, man, I've never stopped learning and just trying to be better at the sport. And it's endless. It's like anything. It's like playing a musical instrument. You never, ever, are complete. So it has been a great run. I still want to go another couple of years. So trying to perform at a high level and keep my name in the hat of candidates to drive these cars. But it's really fortunate to win it last year. It's a big deal these days. You win a race in IndyCar now, it's very difficult. So thoroughly enjoyed it, man. It was one of those days where you dominate, and you don't get that very often, where I led the whole thing. And so good memories, but I really want to do it again.
Yeah. It's one of those things where it's never enough. You want to get that next one.
Of course.
Well, you mentioned, that you felt that you dominated. So I'm curious about that feeling. So when you started out that race last year, did you just know, like, I'm in a moment right now, or?
No. You always like, I had a lot of pressure at first, and you have to go, you know, 3 pit stops. So you're doing full stints, pit stop, full fuel, 4 tires, you know, 3 times. So, you know, nothing can go wrong. You know, a caution flag where there's a crash and everyone has to slow down and you restart the race again. You know, I didn't really have any of that. So it was, never expected. But as it started to unfold, I was like, man, I think I'm going to win this. And then, you know, pull away and have a nice gap. But you're never sure until you've crossed the, crossed the checkered flag. But
don't get too much confidence.
No, never. Man, I've been in the game too long. I've had races won, and then you get a puncture or something unfortunate happens. So, you know, it can be the other way too. You're not leading, and you've had a rough day, and it can just all unfold nicely for you right at the end. So, keep positive, keep digging, keep in the moment, and it'll just be what it'll be.
Yeah. Let everything else fall how it's going to fall.
Yes.
Well, doing this, 20 years from previously here, when you first stepped into IndyCar, what are some of the biggest changes you've seen in the sport?
Some of the biggest changes, I mean, the sport has grown significantly since I first started. I mean, the 2 series were split. So you had 2 different sanctioning bodies and different series that went to different venues. And now, they merged in 2008, and it has just grown since. And it's the healthiest I've ever seen it as far as, caliber of drivers, of teams, the venues we go to, the money in the sport, the TV package with Fox has been great for us. So it has changed a lot in that respect, and it's also become a lot safer. It's continually upgraded safety with the cars. So, but it's still the same sort of DNA. Hard racing, a brute of a car to hang on to. That's never changed, which I think is what's attractive about this sport.
Yeah, going out there and do that. And I would imagine the competition too with your fellow drivers, that's something that's probably, I would imagine the same. I mean,
it's ultra competitive. That's the other thing that's changed. It's become probably the most competitive open wheel racing series in the world. Like incredibly tough. Like the whole field this weekend will be covered by 1 second. So, if you're 1/10 off, that moves you a few places. That's how it is now.
Wow.
Like, I'm 2/10 off the quickest guy, like in your P11 or something. So it's incredibly tough to get it all right and incredibly tough to win, which makes it very satisfying when you do.
Yeah, I bet. I mean, is there, okay, I'm just going to ask this, when you're out there, is there ever any gestures or talking back and forth?
There is.
To your fellow drivers?
There's a lot of that. Unfortunately, I'm always on the wrong side of it. I mean, I'm the giver of gestures. There's a few if you look it up, but emotional sport, a lot goes into it. And obviously people get together sometimes and crash, and there's always a bit of a, you don't want it to be a scuffle, but
there's a lot of emotion.
There is definitely a lot of that. Which is good for the sport. I mean, just, when you're doing that stuff, I mean, you care a lot about it. You put a lot of work in, and things didn't quite go the way you want, and, you get emotional about it. But, there's definitely, we got the screen now. We got the screen, which was a safety advancement, but you put your, middle finger up against that glass there. You used to be able to get it out of the car, but now you can't. But, it's... good stuff though.
Yeah, I mean, I could say, from somebody who watches it, I like that. There's so much passion and
I think fans like it too.
Yeah.
Obviously, the sport has to come down on you when you do it, but I think deep down they're like, wow, that was good for views, popularity.
I mean, it shows you care. I think if somebody was out there and they lost, like, whatever.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, okay, that'd be weird.
No, yeah.
Well, for people, coming out here to the Grand Prix here in Portland, what, for you, I guess, what's the experience like for you, just to go into that just for a minute again, your experience here racing in Portland, and what do you want the fans to experience?
Well, for me, it's, anytime I am in a race car, it's I'm in my happy place. I'm so blessed to do it for a living. I really am. No matter a good day or a bad day, it's just every time I'm getting to do that, you're getting paid to do your passion. So can never complain. And the track is awesome. It's really love this track. I've had a lot of success at this track, so you know, it's been fun. You know, from a fan's perspective, there's plenty to do. I mean, we're very accessible as opposed to something like Formula One. Fans can get in the paddock, they can see the teams working on the cars, preparing the cars, they can see the drivers at the autograph session. You know, if they have the pass, they can get in the pit lane, you know, watch pit stops and be in the pit lane while the race is going on or while qualifying's going on. And then we've got Indy Next, which is a series below us, which is, you know, like our feeder category for the young guys trying to get in, which is always really good racing. And there's just plenty to do around the track. There really is. It's you know, it's a nice event to come to. So yeah, and we get a great crowd last year. Great fans out here right out on the west side.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, for somebody watching the race, you know, even if you've seen a lot of these, say a fan who's seen a lot of these, what's something that they can look out for that you would recommend, like some nuance or something that maybe most people wouldn't pay attention to when they're watching this?
Oh, that's a tough one. I mean, we have to run these two different compounds of tires. You'll see that we'll have a red sidewall and one will just have the black sidewall. The red sidewall, you got to run one of each in the race. Okay. And the red sidewall tires are very soft and they're really quick for a few laps and they drop off, they melt. And they get really, you're skating around. Then the black sidewalls are a little slower, so they haven't got as much grip to start with, but they got a lot more endurance. So you have to do that. So that sort of mixes up the strategy for people who want to watch and see, well, he's on the reds and the guy behind's on the black tires. So yeah, the red tire's going to pull away a bit, but he's going to come back to him and he's going to pass him. So there's a little bit of that. I would say, like, if you get the right angle, watch the back chicane. Yeah. Watch how fast we're going through that thing. If you can get the angle of the cars, I don't know if there's a good viewing spot there, but man, it is high commitment. Like I said, you're turning in at 180 and you got to go through this fast chicane. It's crazy. Feels crazy. Yeah. But I've watched it from the outside, like just the Indy Next cars, and it looks fast. So I would say if you could watch that, that would be quite entertaining. Yeah. Okay. That's great advice right there. Just with the speed, what's the fastest you've ever gone? There's like 242, 242, 42, 43 or something at Indianapolis. Yeah. Then you're turning in wide open into a corner. Yeah. It's fast. It is very, you notice it. That's insane. It's like, that's a crazy thing to do. It is crazy, yeah. You never feel very comfortable, to be honest. Yeah. Like when you're in the corner, it's not the nicest feeling at times. Sometimes it's, you know, it's okay, but I was gonna say there's probably still a rush there. You certainly know you're going fast. Well, awesome. Well, I mean, you know, congrats on last year and coming out here to defend it this year. No, thank you. Yeah. Thank you. Yeah, really appreciate you coming in. Yeah, appreciate it. Thanks, Will. Thank you very much. And there we go. Huge thank you to Will Power for joining us here for Fox 12 Now. Again, thank you to all of you as well for joining this show. I'm Greg Nibbler, and we're here every weekday starting at 1 p.m., so I encourage you to download that Fox 12 Oregon app. That's a great way to stay up to date with everything that we do here, which is a wide range of things. We cover a lot, including breaking news, if that happens between 1 p.m. and 4 p.m. This is also the place to go. But we'll talk to you soon. I'm Greg Nibbler. Again, this is Fox 12 Now.